My name's Quentin Gill. I've been living in the Blues for about a year and a half now. I originally come from Canada, the red and white, and when moving to Australia, the first thought is like, where can I find a place that obviously I love to be in because of the environment, but feels a little bit like home. And I think when I was traveling through the mountains and I saw some of the pine trees in the backgrounds, it did feel a little bit like home. Brings me a lot of happiness. Do you run?
Oh, fast now, faster, faster. Go, go, go.
There you go.
That's it. Finished?
It's like never. Yeah.
Are you all done?
No way. And that goes Baba.
There you go. Good job, baby.
And so, coming up here, the intention was, let's try and, add value to the community that's already up here for trail running, and I started coaching. And earlier on when I began coaching, I was very much of this mentality of, I've got to learn how to be the best businessman, I got to learn the insides of social media and all this stuff. And for the first year or so, when I started in 2022, 2023, I wasn't really getting much out of it. I had a couple athletes or friends who'd reached out, and I just got a little bit sick and tired of putting my effort and my focus into the things that really didn't bring me that much passion and joy. And so I just kind of said, screw it. And I just started training really hard and putting my, heart into the places that meant the most to me, being on the trails with people, pushing the boundaries of outdoor performance. And that's where the goat farm started to really come to life, because obviously the hard work that I was putting in, started to get seen a little bit by the Australian trail community. And that was the window or the opportunity to start helping others. It's been this amazing journey now, and the motto of the goat farm is pushing, boundaries in the outdoors. And so yeah, we're so lucky that this weekend, wow, she is cool.
Darling, yeah. Love it.
We're so lucky that this weekend now, it's come to a point where I get to invite these amazing people that I've had the opportunity to work with that, are athletes and friends, and they get to come up and I get to show them a little piece of what makes me so happy up here, and hopefully, allow them to leave this camp with something that's going to add value to their lives. The most important part is that these people aren't just trail runners, they're humans. And I really want to, thread the line through this camp that we're here, with the vehicle of trail running to help improve our lives in some way. The first session, the first day, it's about this piece of identity. And, before the watches, before all the fancy things, there's some simple questions that we just need to ask ourselves as runners, right? Who am I? What are my values? And how do they align with what I'm trying to accomplish within this world of running? One of my favorite quotes that I've ever learned was from when I used to work in schools doing motivational speaking, was that our only limitations are the ones we set up in our own minds.
Team mascot, yeah? The team mascot.
Wow.
She's working. Yeah, like 4:30.
It's going to be a great weekend. We're starting off with this first session. The big thing I want to highlight with this session is we still got a lot of week to go. So I don't know if anyone did look in their training peaks, but what I put in there is, so the Mona Fartlek session is generally it's more of a VO2 max type session, but what today we're going to do instead is we're going to turn it into more of a threshold session. So instead of going for like your 5K type pace, we want to dial it back. It'll make the session just a tiny bit easier. So rather than trying to go like as hard as you can for 90 seconds, it's more about finding that comfortably hard pace for 90 seconds. And when we do the recoveries, right, the point is to kind of dial back off that threshold pace into not a full jog, but we still want to stay consistent. It'd almost be like threshold tempo type effort. The other thing I'm going to say about that, guys, is it is very hot out today. All right, so make sure you're getting water. There's a water fountain here. All right, don't neglect the hydration. And obviously respond to how your body's feeling on the day. Don't feel like you need to push it, especially in the environments of like, people here. Some day people might be having a good day. Some people, might be struggling off work stress or other things or whatever's going on. So run the session to, how you're feeling on the day, as I explained to you a lot. Hey, Quinn, how's it going, buddy? Yeah. For Luke, 3, 2, 1. Annie.
Hi, I'm Annie. I'm also a Blue Mountains local. I actually grew up around the corner, so this is like so funny to be back here after all this time. But I fell in love with trail running probably about 5 years ago, and I haven't looked at a track since.
Hi, I'm Cynthia from Sydney, Randwick. Love the trails, love Quinton's work, love you guys. Excited to be here.
Thanks, Cynthia. 3, 2, 1.
Hi guys, I'm Josh. Funny fact, me and Tanya actually had a conversation about public speaking in front of everyone. And I was like, it's my biggest fear. So I just want to say I've overcome some serious anxiety from all the way to get to here. So thanks for that.
3, 2, 1.
I'm Anthony, I'm from Brisbane and former cyclist turning into trail runner very slowly with my duffel bag.
Unreal, thank you. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. After you guys, we'll see you out there. Yeah.
Nice.
What about yours? Just gonna be up on the toes, and we're trying to bounce, driving the knee nice and high. Running is something that, it shows us who we are, not so much about who we're pretending to be. Strong, run tall, have fun. 3, 2, 1. We're not always who we think we are, but a lot of the times we're the things that we practice every single day. A quote that I really like is, our identities shape our habits. Our habits build consistency, and consistency is what ultimately leads to performance.
How was your session, Ferg?
Just a killer. Yeah, great to do it on the track, but that heat was just something else.
Super important thing that I like to tell a lot of you is the most important thing for recovery after session is not like what you're doing, running, pace, whatever. It's how you're recovering. If you do this session, jump in the car, go to work, you're gonna stay in a sympathetic state for a lot of the day, right? Especially after hard sessions. Because when you do those hard sessions, right, the cortisol gets going through the blood, right? The stress levels are up, and then you jump straight into a car. If you've noticed, I don't know if everyone's done it, but when you go into a car, your heart rate doesn't drop to resting, even though you're sitting, right? Because your brain and your mind is active and you're looking at cars and things are going on. You're in this like mini fight or flight thing. So it's important that, when you finish these sessions, really wait till that heart rate drops. You've calmed, even if it's just going for a walk, right? Settling the mind a little bit. When you feel calm and relaxed, that's when you hop in the car, go on with your day, or, walking around the house, whatever it is. But yeah, guys, I reckon all we'll do is we'll just go for 1 lap walking just around the track, just to flush anything out of the legs that's left. And then from there, I'll just explain it right now, guys. From that, we're going straight up into the mountains. It's 1:50 now, because we're gonna start the first kind of workshop at about 4:30. So I wanna get out of here, get you guys up there, let you guys settle in, cool down, relax for a little bit before we get back into another session. It'll be up in the house kind of thing. We're not gonna do another running session, don't worry. Who we are when it's hard is the thing that matters a lot more sometimes than what we do when things are easy. When your identity is currently built on results, every setback, it feels like a failure. But when your identity is built on patience, personal growth, curiosity, that's when the trails are no longer an opponent, but they become a teacher. Joe, you're Evan Quinn as well? Yeah, cool, sweet. Other than that, guys, use the kitchen in here as much as you want. Come in, right, whatever you need, store it in the fridge. There's also...
Sounds like they want a survivor or something.
Yeah.
Or like Big Brother.
That's it. You guys have no idea what's coming. Okay. The itinerary was a lie.
Done the hard session.
Yeah. The itinerary was a throw you all off.
I did look at the 12K with 12 minutes back.
It's the session we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. No, but guys, through the weekend though, this is just communal. So if you need any extra protein, electrolytes, go ahead, go to town. That's for everyone.
Oh, cool.
It's like Christmas.
Ooh, Injinji socks.
Hey.
I believe that our mindset going into races, into training, into performance, whatever it is the number one factor towards success, right? Success doesn't mean winning the race. Success is getting the best out of yourself, right? And it all starts with our head. So the session we're actually going to get into today is going to be called Identity. That's going to be the session. And so we're going to be, you know, looking a little bit deeper into ourselves. I don't want the whole weekend also to be some like crazy meditative thing as well, you know. Throughout the session, we're gonna share some things, and so you'll have that kind of buddy person to share some pieces of information and bounce things off with as we do. But you've got 60 seconds. Stand up, find someone new, sit beside them, and introduce yourself, otherwise it get really weird. Four.
I'm trying to catch your finger and you're trying to catch his finger.
Four. Three.
Sorry.
Four. What you avoid controls you. And I've seen it 100 times through personal training, whatever it is, you know, and in myself as well. You know, the things that you avoid tend to be the things that kind of manipulate and control your direction or where you're going in your life. So I want you guys to try and think of one thing in your life that you feel like you're constantly saying no to, right? Or like, no, I can't do that, right? And it might be in training. And this is where this session is kind of, if it's for you training and you want to focus on that for sure. But if there's other things that maybe are more important to your life, try and focus on those ones. One of my favorite quotes in the world is that our greatest fear is not that we're inadequate or not good enough, it's that we're like powerful beyond measure, right? Sometimes we actually like hold ourselves back because we're like, maybe I could be that good, right? But I'm not going to try because I don't want to put myself in that situation, right? You know, and that's the other thing about our brain telling us these narratives, right? It was kind of that day of connection, allow them to settle in, you know, get to know each other. We finished the Mona fartlek session, which they absolutely crushed in the heat. We did go into a little piece of identity later in that day, just trying to connect the pieces of, you know, the things that they value in their life and how they can connect that, you know, to running, you know, to training, the things in their life that are gonna, you know, help them bring some happiness and joy. And that brings us to day 2.